overcasty today. We just had a good storm, rain and windstorm last night. Very windy, followed by a lot of rain, which we need, so that's great. Now today it's a little overcasty still. Looks like it might possibly rain again. It's a little bit of gray clouds ahead of us there, as you can see. We'll see. I hope it does. I love it when it rains. Get around this diesel here. Commercials. It's Labor Day weekend. There's quite a few people in town for the weekend. It's Friday, and there's already a lot of people here. There has been since this morning. I was out earlier this morning, and there's a lot of traffic. A lot of people come here from out of town on every weekend, really, but especially on a 3-day weekend, holiday weekend like this one that's starting today. So a lot of people taking Friday off, and they already have Monday off for the holiday.
With a new large indoor shop and huge park.
I feel like they play more ads than they do music.
Yeah, they do sometimes. Seems like it. That's where they get their money. So that's what they got to do. Sometimes it seems like they play too many, though. Yeah, we're on the red light cycle. Once you catch a red light, you get in the cycle of the timing for all the lights to be red. Sometimes, not every time, but yeah, it seems like we're in that where we're catching all the red lights right now. A lot of people come over here from California on the weekends. I don't know why, actually. I don't know why they come over here from California on the holiday weekends and just weekends in general. Because there's so many more things to do over there, actually, in California. So, I mean, there's far more rivers and lakes and all that, but they come over here to have fun on the river here, and it's fun. The Colorado River's great. I love it, but I don't know why they come from California to come over here.
Yeah. It's a downgrade.
I'd go the other way, actually. It's expensive over there. I just, gas up and buy my food here and then go over there. And, there's way more stuff to do there. And it's nicer, too. Like, the rivers there are nicer and everything. So I don't know why they come over here. But, man, I guess it's everybody, not perspective, but, sometimes people want something a little different, like they're used to their same thing all the time, so they go somewhere else, and that's fun for them.
Yeah, like they're used to seeing green stuff all the time.
Yeah.
They come over here and they see the desert.
Yeah, so maybe they think it's cool. That's fine. That little yellow car right there, yeah, I don't think it is one, but there used to be a car called a Yugo, and it kind of looks like one. I don't think that is. I don't know what that thing is. Fiesta? Something. Festiva. Lightning. You guys see that lightning? Yeah, I think it's going to rain again today. We got these gray clouds. It's a little cooler, and now we're seeing lightning. So, yeah, I think it's going to rain more.
Yeah, it's raining over there.
I can't really look right now, but I'm not surprised. That's where those gray clouds are at.
Raining pretty heavy over there.
As far as things to do in California versus here, like people coming over here, that, you know, like I said, it doesn't really make sense to me. But, you know, whatever, they want to come over here, that's fine. To visit for the weekends, whatever. But for me, like, I don't know if any of you have ever been swimming in the ocean, but man, it is the greatest. See, I love swimming. I got to be around water because I like to go swimming a lot. Lakes, rivers. And I've been swimming in the ocean, and it is amazing. I love it. The biggest problem I have with the ocean, though, and I guess this one won't be going away anytime soon, is sharks. I hate sharks. So, you know, I'm constantly, anytime I'm at the ocean swimming, I'm constantly like thinking, man, this is great. I love it. I'm enjoying it. And then I'm also thinking, man, what if a shark came up right now? Like a shark could just like come up and like bite a chunk out of me right now. So it's yeah, I don't like that part of it. So I end up getting out. Like I'll go out a little ways. I don't go out too deep, but I'll go out to, you know, up to my shoulders and swim around a bit. And then all of a sudden I'll start thinking that, and I'll be like, oh man, no, I gotta get back to shore. So I'll start making my way back. And even if you're only like waist deep in the water, or up, you know, up to your stomach or whatever, there's still sharks that can come into that shallow of water and, you know, bite a chunk out of you. So yeah, it's definitely something I think about when I'm in the ocean. I'm not in the ocean that much, but when I have been, I should say. And yeah. I know one time I was in Hawaii, and it was low tide, so that means the water was really shallow for a long ways out. And I went out there pretty far, me and a friend of mine, and we were way out there, and we saw sharks. They were small little sharks, and they were swimming all around us, but they were still sharks, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, what's going on, man? This isn't cool. They look little, but yeah, one of these little things could bite you pretty good, I bet. So yeah, I definitely made my way back to shore as quick as I could. And my buddy who was with me, he had a little raft, and we were both heading back to shore, and he hopped on his raft and like had his feet hanging off and his arms pulled, you know, kind of swimming. And it's like, man, that's the sign. Like they say, don't do that because you look like some sort of, you know, animal that a shark might want to have lunch of. So I was like, dude, you got to get off that thing. Just walked back, you know. And he didn't do it. He swam back on that. I'm like, all right. He made it, thankfully. But yeah, I just walked back. It was low tide, so it was shallow the whole way. Like shallow, like, you know, up to your chest. But that was an experience. And then, like I said, I've been off the coast of California quite a few times. I've done, you know, quite a quite a bit of deep sea fishing out there, and then also swimming, which is what I love. So done that, and it's always fun. I've never seen any sharks while I'm swimming, but while I've been deep sea fishing, I have seen whales and sorry, I'm looking at something here. Seen whales and sharks and stuff like that while I'm out fishing. I've gone fishing off of Monterey a few times, Half Moon Bay, other places, and that's always fun. It's good, just it's a good day, and you catch a lot of fish, and they fillet them right there on the boat for you. Put them in plastic bags, freeze them on that, and you just, I don't know if they freeze them, but they keep you cold, and then you bring them back, put them in your fridge, and you're good to go for a long time. Now that'd be the life. You do that, you do some hunting, and you have a garden and some trees that produce nuts and some that produce fruits, and you have your garden for your vegetables and your lettuces and everything you can grow in a garden, and you do some deep sea fishing and some river and lake fishing and some hunting. Wow, man, you're gonna have some healthy food, some good nutritious food. That's the way to live.
I'm a desert baby, so I've only been in the ocean like twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been around it a lot of times. See, now I grew up swimming in lakes, so I don't know, I swim in swimming pools too, but I grew up swimming in lakes. I grew up in the mountains, and I grew up swimming in lakes and rivers. So I learned about rivers early on. You got to respect the river, man. You got to respect the current, because it can get a hold of you and take you away, and that's a bad day for sure. So, but I grew up with that, and tubing on the river, swimming in the river, wading in the river, fishing in the river, and the same with the lakes, swimming in lakes, and yeah, that was always a lot of fun. We had a section in the lake that was buoyed off for the swimmers, and the boats wouldn't go in that area, and you stay inside the buoys, and that was a lot of fun. We would challenge ourselves to swim from the shore out to the buoys, and it seemed like such a long ways. Like it seemed like quite a distance when I was a little kid. But then as I got, when I was an adult, I remember going back and looking at it, like, man, that's really not that far. If you know how to swim, that is. If you don't know how to swim, of course, it'd be far. If you can't swim, I don't recommend doing it. But anyway, so I grew up doing that. So it's just in my nature now. It's what I do. I like to swim,
I like to hike.
Yeah, that's always great too. I used to always ride my bike. I had a BMX bike, so I grew up riding my bike in the mountains on these trails. There were just trails. Like I said, I grew up in the mountains, in the forest, and wooded mountains and hills, and it was really cool. So I was always riding my bike on mountain trails, and finding stuff out there. Of course, there'll always be some river or some area of the river that, well, not always, because you learn the whole thing, but I remember sometimes I'd be surprised. I'd be like, wow, there's a creek up here, I didn't know this. I'd go up in some other trail that I hadn't been on, and it was really neat. You'd see wildlife. I'd see deer, obviously squirrel were abundant, so I'd see squirrel everywhere, and just all kind of stuff like that. It was really cool. It was nothing like this, like the hills, like right here. Okay, where I grew up, the hills, like these hills right in front of us here, would be completely green. They'd be covered with grass and trees and bushes and big trees. Like trees, the trees here are the size of the branches of the trees where I grew up. It was really amazing. So yeah, that's kind of stuff I'm used to. Really cool. I don't go back to visit there too often, but occasionally I do, and it's really nice. But like I said, I got on this whole topic because I said I like to swim in the ocean.
If y'all don't know too much about Arizona, the squirrels are not real squirrels. They're like size of very small mice.
Yeah.
So the very first time I ever saw like an actual squirrel in California, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and many other states either, not just
huge.
not just that state, but yeah. There's like, you know, we go other places and like just the animals are bigger, squirrels, raccoons, and all that. And I think animals are smaller here because it's so dry. It's raining now, but the rain is rare here, so there's less vegetation. So the animals eat less, like they don't get as much nutrient dense vegetation to eat, so they're smaller. Because I noticed like the squirrels out here are way smaller. Occasionally you see raccoons, all that. They're very much smaller. Cows, all that stuff. It's all much smaller than what I'd see like in the Midwest or over on the West Coast and the Midwest, where they get a lot of snow and rain and everything is really green, and those cows are eating all this like really healthy stuff. It's just way different, the animals. So yeah, it's I've said that about 20 times, I think. It's
You've said a lot.
Yeah, pretty neat doing stuff like that. Deep sea fishing is great. I recommend it. If you can get out there for a day and do it, you'll have a great time. Some people get seasick. I never did, but I saw people doing it. I felt it a little bit, but never actually got sick, and I hope I don't. But I've definitely felt it a little bit on I don't know, one or two of the trips. But I've seen some people, man, they're like puking their guts out. I remember this kid. He almost went overboard, man. There's a handrail on the boats, and then he was up on that thing, just heaving, man, just puking. And I'm sorry, I'm watching the cars all around me, behind me and stuff. But yeah, he was puking, man. And his mom, I think it was his mom, grabbed him to make sure he didn't fall overboard. I was like, oh man, get that kid, because he goes over in this ocean. It'd be a bad day. But he was really sick. A couple guys that went with me, they got sick. So there's some things you can take for it. I think one's called Dramamine or something like that. I don't know. You have to look it up. Look it up and see what you want to take if you want to. Hey, didn't I say like 5 minutes ago that I think we might get some more rain today?
Yeah.
What is this happening right now? Right, rain, right? Oh, the news station hiring for weathermen. Yeah, so riding my bike in the mountains on those trails was just always fun. It was great. It's a great way to grow up. You know, a lot of fun. And, you know, a kid, you're doing that, you're getting exercise and you don't even know it. You're just out playing. You know, you're just playing, riding your bike, having a great time, pedaling like crazy, going up some hill and, you know, all this stuff. And you're just having fun, but you're actually exercising too. So, you know, there's great benefits to that. And then, you know, you're just breathing all that fresh air and you're just having a great time. And that's a lot of fun. So I did that. I lived a good portion of my childhood up in the mountains like that. And then I lived in a city for a little while too. I didn't care for that as much. There wasn't that type of thing to do there. There was a lot of stuff to do, right? But, you know, it's a city. But not that type of stuff, which is the type of stuff that I like doing. So out here, we got the Colorado River, and there's a couple lakes nearby that are really fun to go to. I've been to them several times. There's a lot of striper fishing out here, which is great. Tell you what I want to do soon is I want to do some sturgeon fishing, probably in Idaho. A lot of good sturgeon fishing up there. So hopefully I can do that and make a video of that. Do that a few times. I'd like to do that. I don't know if you've ever had sturgeon, but sturgeon is delicious. I've had it at restaurants, you know, because I've never caught it myself, but I've had it at restaurants. Pretty dang pricey, but it is really good. I'm a big fish eater, you know. I like all fish, you know, basically. I mean, I guess, you know, my favorite, I guess, would be salmon and trout, of course, and, you know, sardines and stuff like that. But sturgeon, exceptional. Very good fish. Well, that's it for today, or for now. I might continue this video later, but that's it for now. I got things to do, errands to run, so I'm going to end this right here. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.